Hallå! Prata! Ja, men vad är det här? Nu ringer jag henne. Det här är jättekonstigt.
Hallå?
Hej! Du är live. Tänk på vad du säger. Du är live.
Jaha!
Ja.
Jag är borttappad.
Ja, nej, men hon
Alltså, jag
ringer
lyckas
i
inte.
telefonen nu. Ja, så du får gå ner och hämta henne igen.
Men
Var är
grejen
du?
är att vart är där nere? För att du skickade aldrig adressen. Och när jag kollar på plan B,
Ja.
då får jag fram den adressen jag står framför. Men det är ju alltså det är den dörren jag skickade en bild
Ja,
på.
det ser ut som bilden på den dörren, tycker jag i alla fall. Eller vad säger du, Fred? Kom och titta här.
Är det rätt dörr? Så då går jag tillbaka. För nu gick jag nämligen till en annan dörr.
We're so ready,
Kom det ut en
promise.
kille med mössa och
We have to get
cykel.
everybody in first. Nu tappar jag bort det här också. Herregud.
Men gud,
Nej, det är
ursäkta.
fel dörr.
Va, nej, det är rätt dörr, men jag var ju
Okej.
precis där ute. Liksom.
Ja, men jag gick ju därifrån.
Fred
för att jag...
kommer. Fred kommer. Gå dit genast. Hej.
Okej, hej.
And we know it works anyway. Okay, hey guys out there. It's 6 o'clock. I know a couple of minutes over and we are a little late because we are on this historical first pit stop. But have patience with us and we will be back in a couple of minutes. You can watch us. Hey guys out there, how are you? We are super fine. We are doing the pirate radio today because we don't have a place to be.
We are homeless pirates now.
We are homeless pirates now. That's right. That's right. But anyway, this first pit stop, it's historical, isn't it? Yeah. So we will gently and safely guide you through the shaky first hours of the weekend. Today, the 6th of December, this year of grace 2024, and we are back in business. Of course we are. And to do that, I have someone very special here today. I got you, Hugo Pia. Welcome.
Thank you. And you, Pia Lindrud.
Oh, no, I have to do it again. I'd also want a rim shot.
And you, Pia Lindrud.
Thank you. And what's going to happen today?
So we've got some music.
Yep.
Nordic Cactus.
Yep.
We also have Fred, the intern.
Fred
The intern.
Seems a
Hey,
bit-
Fred.
Hello.
Say hello to them.
Hello.
To the guys who
I'm
actually
Fred the
are
intern.
looking at us.
And
Yeah.
we've got Lina, who's doing some Instagram shots for us.
Hey, Lina. Welcome. Welcome. She comes rushing from her work. Yeah, but you're here.
True.
Yeah. Yeah. And we got
Me,
we
Hugo
got
Pia.
you. We got you. Boothby. I tried to figure out how to pronounce it, but that's the correct way to say it. Boothby.
Boothby, yeah.
Boothby. All those O's, you know. Yeah. Anyway, Hugo, I really want to welcome you extra special tonight.
Thank
I'm
you.
so happy that you're here to co-host me when we are skipless, so you can help me to steer this schooner through the night.
Yes.
You
So
will do
it's,
that.
we're missing Ian Dace tonight, who is in Zagreb.
Exactly. Is it Zagreb? In Sweden, we say Zagreb.
Yeah, I don't know. I'd say Zagreb.
Yeah. What do you say, Fred?
I have to be true to the Balkans and say Zagreb.
It's Zagreb. Zagreb. Zagreb.
I'm
Well,
assuming anyway.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay. Considering your dialect,
Mm.
may I guess where you're born and raised?
You can try.
Obviously, you're another English guy anyway.
I am. I'm
Yeah.
British.
Yeah. Okay. And to help me, can you say Radio NGBG is the best choice?
Radio NGBG is the best choice. Number one
West.
on the dial.
West.
No,
West. Western.
East Coast. From
East.
The East Coast.
No.
Massive.
No. It's the east. I can hear that, but it's not the coast.
No,
it's inland.
inland.
It's inland.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Landlocked.
I can hear that. Okay. Help me a little bit more. Say, this is the best pre-party.
This is the best pre-party.
West Suffolk District.
That's right.
Bury. Can it be Bury St. Edmunds?
Bury St. Edmunds.
Where Mary Tudor is buried? Or
don't
is she?
think she
Or
is,
is
no.
she?
No, it is St. Edmund who is buried there, who was one of the early kings of...
But I read
British
something
Isles.
about Mary Tudor that she was buried there, and then they moved her or something like that.
Yeah, it could be true. So it's a very small town, but it has a long history. It was a medieval monastery, so it was one of the biggest places of pilgrimages in the Middle Ages. And St. Edmund was a saint and a martyr, and he is actually the patron saint of pandemics.
Wow.
Yeah. So it was a good place to be during the COVID pandemic.
Protected.
Yeah.
Good. Anyway, you are a lot amongst other stuff. The legendary radio guy who, together with Anna dearest Anna. Shout out to Anna and her daughters who is watching us. Hello, Anna. Hello, Anna's daughters. Well, you actually brought the radio to NGBG.
Yeah, so we've been doing some radio production, this project called Listen, which is funded by the European Union, and we're working with NGBG and then partners in Belgium and Austria. And we did a workshop in June and learned a little bit about radio. And then with some of the money from the project, we bought the equipment that we're using now. And this whole project, doing the Friday Night Live radio show, is, I hope, all part of a process where we're starting to understand what a community radio network could be in the culture sound zone and Norrgrängesbergsgatan area.
Yeah.
So we're all part of an experiment and hopefully the start of something big and exciting, like a community radio project.
You agree, guys?
Yeah.
Behind? Hell yeah. Hell yeah.
Hell yeah.
Okay, so the aim for this tour is to explore the local music scene in these hoods, but also on some other spaces, I suppose. And
But Pia, how much do you want to say about what's happened in the last few weeks? Is that something you want to talk about?
oh,
Big thing.
yes, I will. I would like that.
So, I mean, I can say that, so last week you were broadcasting from Augustin Boys Toy, Square One.
Square One.
This week we're not.
We're not.
And the reason
We're in some other place.
is that
Undisclosed location.
you had to leave that premises.
Yes, we broadcasting Friday. During the night to Saturday, we were streaming this on sound.
Big numbers.
On Bandby.
On that was the band. On standby. On standby was the art piece. Yeah,
Oh, it was the art piece, but the band was called On
on bandby, which I have a lot of problem to say.
That is confusing.
Yeah, so we streamed that during the night, and then Saturday we emptied the place. So now I have a radio station in my home. Yeah.
So I've had to pack down all of the radio equipment, and it's now in Pia's van. But then the idea is that we're going to try and keep this going, and we're going to broadcast from different places around the culture sound zone. And actually next week we're going to be at the university.
Yes, we are. But can we save that?
Save it.
Save it.
Okay.
Please. I mean, it's a big announcement. We have to build it up a little bit. Yeah. You can't just drop it like that. Hey, you're my radio guy. What is this?
So this is a teaser.
This is the teaser.
A big announcement.
Of course.
So we'll talk more about later.
Yeah, but so what are we going to do with the local music scene today? We are going to have live music from our local heroes. You know those guys? Can we have a live virvel? Yes, Nordic Cactus. They are super welcome. So you will amuse us tonight with some music.
Oh, yes.
And Hugo, you are a musician as well.
Yeah, in a way.
If you can call me a drummer, you're absolutely a musician. I know. You put me to hard work this week to research you, Hugo. I know. No worries.
We're not telling anyone.
No.
Okay. So that is what's going to happen. We're going to talk about you and your music too.
Yeah.
And with you also, Fred, because you're also a musician. Yeah.
I am.
Yeah.
Because I'm looking forward to learning a bit more about like what it's like to be in a band now and to try and make that work. Because when I was in a band, it was like 30 years ago and in the UK and quite different. So it's going to be quite interesting to learn about what it's like to be in a band and trying to make that work in
I'm
Malmö.
looking forward to that conversation. Actually,
I have a lot to say on the subject.
I can understand that very, very, very well. Well, and finally, of course, we have the.
Is that the quiz?
Yeah. Heja dig! Heja dig! It's going to happen today. And today, there is an extraordinary prize. Extraordinary, guys.
Mhm.
Yeah,
Pia,
you have to fight for it.
Can you tell us what the theme of the quiz is?
Music, of course.
Aha.
Lovely.
That's why we're here.
Right.
Yeah.
And just music in general or something more specific?
Shall I tell you that now?
Oh, you don't have to.
No, I won't.
Okay.
I won't. But what do you think? Good show tonight, huh?
It's going to be great. So yeah, we've got Nordic Cactus in the house band. We've got Fred with us, which is great. We haven't
Thank you.
had him around so much. And Lina, keeping everything on record.
So, okay. Let's introduce the band. Can
Okay.
you do that for me?
Try introduce them by name or
Yeah, I want them to play. I don't.
Okay,
I don't
all
care
right,
how
like
you do
that.
it. I just want them to play.
all right. So, ladies and gentlemen, the Radio NGBG house band Nordic Cactus with their first song of the evening. Gentlemen, take it away.
Yes, we are Nordic Cactus, and this song is called Modesto. Franchise on story, but side story.
Wow. Okay, we're here again. Yeah, we're here again. This is Radio NGBG on tour, and you were listening to the Pre-Party Nightlife Show's house band, Nordic Cactus. Thank you, guys.
Thank you.
Modesto. Yeah.
Yes.
Will you please come and sit down with us and enjoy the conversation?
Certainly.
Perfect. We have to share microphones. You can share with me.
Okay, I'll share with you.
You can share with me, but you can't sit on my script because
really?
if you sit on my script, I don't know what
It's
to
so
say,
comfortable.
and you will talk. But we forgot something really important. Oh, sorry. We forgot something really important.
What did we forget?
We have a new member
Ah,
that I really would like to introduce. We have a new tour member.
you should definitely do that.
Behind my back, the Holy Teeny cow.
The NGBG cow.
The NGBG cow. Baby.
Yeah, cow baby. Does it baby cow?
Baby cow. Calf.
A calf.
A calf. But it's absolutely a cow. You can see that.
With wings.
With wings.
The winged cow.
The winged cow. Anyway, I love her. She's made by our bike artist Jan Inge. I asked him 3 days ago. Today he delivered it 3:30.
He always over delivers, that man.
It's amazing, and he also give us Babalu back. Say hello, Babalu. He can speak. Ah, thank you. He did. I didn't know. Say hello, Babalu.
Hi there, yeah.
How are you?
Oh, it's all right. Yeah, I think it's good to be back.
You like the space?
Oh, I love this place. It's not as nice as the last one, but a lot to do. Yeah.
And you like the music?
Oh, I love music. You know that. Oh, yeah, you know what I'm saying.
And you know what, Babalu?
What?
We love you.
Oh, there you go. I love you too, Pale North.
Soup. I would like to discuss the terms of condition to be a musician in Malmö these days. What do you say, Jackson? How is it?
I would say Malmo is a great city to be a musician in because it's affordable and there's lots of space to be and do things. I do feel like there is sort of maybe a lack of places to play. There are some which are can be lovely. Can is the key word there. But I think there should be more. I also wish that there were just more events for musicians, maybe musician meetups, and I wish it could be more communal and less bands just sticking to themselves. We know a few bands here, but we would like to meet more. So I think that's what we'd like to do in the new year.
Jonathan, what do you say? How do you think it is to be a musician in Malmö today? Those days. I think you have to come closer, so
Yeah.
we can also have you in the.
Huddle up, guys.
We want to see you. You know.
Yes.
You can take the microphone off if you want to. Yeah.
We can do anything here, you see.
Yes. Almost.
Nej men titta.
Nej men titta!
Nej, men titta, va?
Nämen! Åh, Skip. Nämen!
I think it's great fun. I think it's very good also that you have places like Studiefemmen that can offer you a practice space with instruments to a very reasonable price, without having to pay too much to be able to play.
But how are you guys? I know Jackson's from the United States. You two guys are Swedish, but are you from Malmö originally? Or do you grow up in a different town?
We're both from Lund, actually.
So am I. I know the pain.
And how is it? What's the difference between trying to have a band in Lund and trying to have a band in Malmö?
I mean, we do go to Lund a lot. We have a show in Lund tomorrow. We we use a studio in Lund. I'd say at this point we've had more gigs in Lund than Malmo. So I guess maybe we're kind of Lund is sort of like the second place we're based.
I don't agree.
Okay.
No, it's kidding. It's kidding.
In the band.
No,
Let
it's
you tell us.
No. I don't agree that we had more gigs in Lund. We had more in Malmö because we love Malmö.
Yeah, Malmo is the best.
Yeah,
no shade on Lund. Lund's good, but Malmo is the best.
like Lund have this place, but we had to have more like recordings in Lund because that's where we have a studio in Hemgården, and I think Malmö should there should be this kind of place in Malmö as well, but I cannot really come up with like Hemgården. It's like a youth club, but it's just like a space for people to just come and hang out, and that is open every day, every night, like playing games, play music. Yeah, just come there and hang out, and maybe developing like creative projects and stuff. I think that that would be very good, and also like more like free like festival for like local bands or like smaller bands. We have NGBG festival, that is very good, but then we have Malmö festival. Maybe it's a bit harder to get. I think it's good with Malmö festival also because it can give a chance for
It feels a
smaller
bit corporate. I don't know. It's
yeah, but it's a municipality, you know. They have to for fundings and stuff, you know. But I think it's great that it exists, and it's also for like bigger, more famous bands and stuff. Like and it's all for free. I think it's great. So, but like this Folkets Park thing, Jonte here's and yeah, you can. You were about to say something.
Finish.
Yeah. There was like a link that you could like have suggestion for things like things to happen in Folkets Park, projects and like I have this suggestion that there should be more, even like Folkets Park is even more like central, and it's a very good spot to actually have a music festival because it is, it's just a great spot, and it should be this kind of like NGBG, but in Folkets Park it could be like Folkets Festival, and it's for like local smaller bands, and I think
You got your rehearsal space here in Malmö.
yeah.
Was it hard to find it?
No, because Jonte already had it. I don't know. You should ask Jonte.
Jonte, was it hard to find it?
It was not hard to find. It's quite accessible. It was not very difficult. But they were not the best in answering emails. So it's required took some time, some work to get a space. Yeah.
Okay. Are you happy with your rehearsal space?
I am happy with it.
You are happy with it? Okay. Because I also know that you are looking for something else. Or?
No, I think it's really happy with what we have. I mean,
Yeah.
I think it would be nice to have a place like this where we could keep our own instruments and microphones and
okay.
kind of.
You can't storage it there.
No, we have to use all of the. I mean, it's great that they provide all of the equipment, the amps. Even I don't even bring my own guitar. I just bring my guitar pedals in a backpack, and I mean that's really convenient. But I guess it would be nice to have a, place where we could set up all our recording stuff, or we could just, play music for hours, write music, make demos, have our own drums, have our own guitar amps, and not have to. But I mean, that's just
do gigs and radio shows.
Yeah, gigs and radio shows. And especially live streams on Friday. I think that would be that'd be really good.
Yeah.
But you just gotta stick in there and be patient, and good things come.
Right, Hugo. If
Yes,
you're comparing now and then,
it's really different. So I mean, different because when I was a musician and part of a band, it was in the UK. It was also a long time ago, so it was the early 90s. And I don't know, perhaps it's a little bit similar, the experience in the US that Jackson might have had, that there's no public funding. So if you're in a band and you want to rehearse, then you have to find your own place, pay for it yourself. And I mean, we were so young that we were rehearsing at my parents' house. That's like, and in a small town, so we were just like, yeah, literally in the garage rehearsing. That was all that there was, and it was kind of it was more difficult, but somehow it really made people self-organize and form a community and get stuff done. So that, yeah, you really, if you wanted to do something, you had to do it yourself and create your own scene and find ways to put on gigs. So it people became sort of very active and committed to their little kind of local scene. So yeah, I don't know, how does it compare, like Sweden and the US, Jackson?
I think the material things is sort of practice spaces and recording studios and that sort of thing. I mean, also with technology, it's so much easier to record music than it was 30 years ago. I think that's much more accessible and available here in Sweden. But I still do think it's very much the same thing of you have to, if you want anything to happen, you really have to go above and beyond, because there is so much competition. There are so many bands. And if you really want to, I feel like if you really want to express yourself and kind of, perform at a level that you want to, it's going to take hours and hours and hours of emailing people, of meeting people. And, that's just the networking part. Then you have to spend hours songwriting, hours making new songs, making new demos, then practicing, then rewriting, then going to the studio and record. It's just the work. You never finish the work. So I still think that part is true, where you have to go above and beyond and really fight for what you want to do, because so many people want to do it. There's so many bands that could so you really have to put in the effort to be the band or the artist that you want to be.
I guess one of the things that, like 30 years ago in the UK, that might have been a bit easier is that because there was just like one radio station that everyone listened to, that like if you could get your record played on, so it was on Radio 1 in the UK, and there was a DJ called John Peel that would play lots of alternative and new music. So if like John Peel played your record, and you would automatically get an audience, and suddenly you would have some kind of profile. Or there were two big music papers, The Enemy and Melody Maker, and if your band got an interview in The Enemy, then suddenly you would have some kind of profile, because everyone that was interested in music would read that one newspaper. So I think that that's very different now, that there's the audience you're trying to reach is so fragmented, and there's lots of micro niches and genres. So I think that perhaps
that must make it more difficult, actually, because I mean, back in the days, people were listening to the same radio channel, and you talk about it, or TV, of course, but yeah.
But at the same time, that also meant that you had these really powerful gatekeepers. So particularly in the UK, the music journalists, they had a lot of power deciding who would be successful and who wouldn't. So you had to kind of, rather than investing your time trying to reach out to people that might actually listen, you were trying to often convince the music journalists or the DJs to play your songs. So it was kind of, there were these really powerful gatekeepers. So in some ways that's better, I think. There's not this small group of people that are kind of controlling what gets listened to and what doesn't.
I see. Yeah, interesting. What do you say, Kim, about the future? How is it going with your recording?
So we're still talking, yeah.
We are still talking. You are here. You are in this space at the first pit stop at Radio NGBG on tour.
Good to know where you are.
Yeah, and you're welcome.
Thank you very much. You too. And everyone is welcome. I just want to point out. So next week we have a few little. We're almost done with the drums. we have like re-record everything because we didn't mic it really like in the most in the best way to have the best sound.
Like the drums.
We did mic the drums. It's important to say we mic the drums, but
Mic them better this time.
we might exactly. We might
Learning.
yeah, exactly.
Yes.
So and that's the thing with the recording. That is like I think we have not developed. I don't think anything else than the recording like make us develop so much. But it's because we spend so many hours. We listen to it, play again, listen to it, and and we develop the songs and make them better. And that is it's a really good tip. Like if you want to develop your songs, and as a band, start recording. And
The microphone doesn't lie.
yeah,
If you
Like the camera.
the camera and microphone don't really lie.
It sounds or looked exactly like that in that millisecond.
Yes.
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 I know.
yeah. So to make things better, it's just like doing it over and over again. Look what you have done and what could be better, and it will be better.
Yeah.
Progress.
Fred, your band.
Yes, Pia.
Yes. What about your band?
My band.
Bands.
My band's.
Zanzen.
Yes. Well, we have a show coming up, but
Sansen or
Sansen.
Sansen.
That's right.
That's also your.
That's also my last name.
Yeah.
I figure you have to have a cool last name.
Yeah.
Use it as
Use
much as you
it.
can.
Of course.
Where are you playing?
We are playing at Mässingshornet. Shout out to Mässingshornet. It's a perfect, it's a perfect example of one of these pubs where it's so easy to play, and that ease of access. I mean, Mässingshornet is generally known for having open mic, for example. Anyone can come
Tuesdays,
and play.
Open mic.
If you exactly Tuesdays open mic, blues jam on Thursday, every week, and the only thing you really have to do to play there is ask in the bar, how is the calendar looking? So that's more places like that.
More places
I
like
wish
that. And
for.
What date is
sorry.
the gig when you play?
It is the 18th of January.
of January.
Yes.
Wow. Don't talk about to me about January. Before then,
Whenever I'm trying to organize anything with Pia, if it's more than 2 weeks ahead, then she just laughs. Says, yes, whatever.
True story. But early 90s, first half, actually, Vicky says, I have to read this. Yeah, Vicky says, Jacob's
This is
Mouse
Wikipedia.
were a 3-piece indie rock band from Bury, St. Edmunds, England, consisting of identical twins Hugo and Jeb Bothby, guitar and bass respectively, and singing drummer Sam Mars. I'm so impressed of that guy. It looks so easy when he drums and sings. What?
Yeah, he is and was an incredible musician. Yeah.
Was?
Well, I mean, he's still alive and still playing. But I'm just thinking, at that time when we were playing, he was phenomenal.
Yeah, really?
Mm.
Well, you wasn't that bad.
Are you comparing yourself to a drummer that can sing at the same time? Don't do that.
Don't
because
totally
they are.
It's
they are
so
superhumans.
difficult.
Yes.
There's more than you think, though. If you think so, Phil Collins is a good example.
Yeah.
And Grant Hart from Husker Du, he
Mhm.
used to sing and play drums.
Hmm.
There was a band in the UK called Snuff. They had a singing drummer. So there's more
They
than
exist.
you think. Mm.
They exist. Well, I'm talking about your band, of
Yes.
course. Jacob's Mouse. It was a friend's pet, or what was it?
Yeah, so
Can you
it's
tell me about the name?
my cousin had it was called Jacob, and he had a mouse, and we were trying to think of a band name that would be the least kind of rock and roll, like the least kind of heavy metal name, and so we thought Jacob's Mouse. It
Okay.
just sounded very weak, and
Yeah, but you don't sound weak. You don't sound weak.
No.
Is it really indie rock?
Yeah, it was more. It was strange because we were playing kind of loud guitar music.
Yes, you did.
And it was this time in the kind of late 80s really when we started playing, and there were these kind of small scenes of like in the Pacific Northwest in the US and on the East Coast around Boston and those kind of places where there were these kind of scenes of loud guitar music. And then in this kind of very short period, about 5 years, it went from being very underground to being very popular, to being the mainstream. So I mean,
so not so much indie then.
No, yeah, I mean, we always were. We were signed
You
to
were
an
indie,
indie
but-
label, but
yeah.
then lots of our friends and people that were part of that scene were signing to major labels and like becoming huge rock stars. So it was this, it was a very strange shift that happened very, very quickly.
And how will you describe your music in one word? Not like you did before. I have asked you this before, so I know, and I've heard you a lot, and I love it. But if you have to say what is it?
This is a question to know.
I really didn't have time to prepare, so we have a common answer on that question. Only
but
one
don't-
word.
yeah.
Once someone say a word, the rest doesn't
I don't
agree.
like to put labels on things at all, but that is what we are doing all the time.
Yeah.
So what kind of music are you playing? How would you label it?
So does every one of us have a chance to say one word? If someone don't agree,
Yeah, because that would be really interesting. Yeah,
But we only like there was
one
like
word.
One word.
indie.
You are asking the
Indie?
impossible. Well, indie is so broad, so
Yeah, it's
it
really
works-
broad
works for
nowadays.
anything, really.
Alternative.
Oh,
Alternative.
that's good too.
Anger.
No.
Alternative indie anger.
Alternative indie.
Well, I was going to say freedom, but then I was also going to say
Yeah.
socialism,
I'm-
but I decided on anger
Is
for
this
some
the-
reason.
Is this a new label we just invented? Indie.
Angercore.
I think we're going with alternative indie anger.
Indie alternative anger. What?
Polite anger. No, that's 2 words. No, hyphenated. Polite anger.
No. Okay, but you also, was it 3 albums and some singles?
Yeah,
Yeah.
definitely 3 albums, and then I think there was a collection of singles that was also released.
The first one, The Dot.
That was the first like EP that was
Yeah.
recorded ourselves and paid for. And
You did it all by yourself then?
No, actually, no, it wasn't. It was a local record
DIY.
shop that
Okay.
paid for it. That's right. And then that got played on John Peel and was also single of the week in one of like this music paper called Sounds. And then we put out another record ourselves, and then after that we were signed and did a couple of albums.
And the first one was No Parking.
No fish shop.
No
parking.
fish shop parking. What is it with me? Okay. No fish shop parking. Can you explain that to me? What is that about?
It was we lived in this small town, and there was a fish shop is a fish and chip shop. and there
Okay.
was
It's okay.
Fish and chip shop
Fish and chip
next
shop.
to a pub, and the pub landlord got very, very angry because everyone would go and order their fish and chips, park their car, and then eat their fish and chips.
Okay.
And so he put up a sign saying no fish shop parking. And we used to sort of walk past it every day, and it just seemed like a sort of some sort of weird poetry.
No fish shop
But-
parking. The cover is extremely nice.
Yeah.
Yeah, with the snake. Is it for it? It is a snake because of course it's a snake, but I thought eel in the beginning because I was confused about that fish shop. But now fish and chips, okay.
Yeah, an eel would have been cooler. No, but it was a
Red snake on a blue background.
orange.
Orange lake.
Mm.
Okay.
So that's what happens when you look on Spotify.
Yeah.
It's such a small picture.
It is, but I didn't look at Spotify. I did not. Okay, there is an iconic clip that I highly recommend you to look at it. It's from the opening of the Phoenix Festival 1993. It's about 10 minutes, and it's from the backstage, from the side.
Yeah,
It's really cool.
There was a group of filmmakers called the Video Corps. So it's these guys who were just filming everything, and then they would like make videos for people. And I think that they did quite well because they had some footage of Nirvana playing at the Reading Festival, which has been used lots and lots, and they've got lots of royalties from that.
But guys, look at this. If you want to see the World Championship in headbanging, look at that clip. How's your neck?
Yeah, it's okay. Better than my hearing.
Okay.
Yeah. No, it was was it 92 or something? And Sonic Youth were headlining that day. So because we had the same booking agent as Sonic Youth, and so that we would get, as the deal, they'd say you can have Sonic Youth will headline, but you've got to put Jacob's Mouse on first.
Cool. Cool. That's cool. Yeah. What do you think? Some modern live music then? Or are you prepared?
Sonic Youth and Jacob's Mouse sound very modern to me.
Yeah, I know, but now today, music
today.
for today. Music for today.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, ja. Alles gut.
So while they are preparing, I had this question for you.
Yes.
I want you. I really want you to.
I'm just reading your mind now.
No, you're not. Fred, you can also think about this question.
What is the question?
The question is, if you could time travel, where and when? Think about it.
And when?
Think about it.
I will think.
All right, we are Nordic Cactus once more, and the song is called Thinking Man. Ready? Yeah. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3.
Did you hear that? We're spoiled. We are so spoiled. Nordic Cactus, thank you. Thank you. Wow.
It was an honor.
It was an honor to us too. You know what?
No, Pia.
Before she calls. Before she calls.
Before who calls?
Or down there or up there. I don't know where she is. I have no idea. But she will remind us in a very rude way if we don't do it right. And we have already missed it. You're a member of NGBG, aren't you?
I am a member of
Yes, and
NGBG.
how did you get a member of NGBG?
I used my smartphone and I scanned a QR code and then I paid with a mobile money transfer application.
Like this switch, or what is it called? In the microphone, Fred, if you want them to hear you.
I'm going to have to.
Oh, thank you, Pia.
I'm going to have to renew my membership next year.
I have already.
You got it.
No, I'm lying. I thought I'd done it, but I haven't. But I have to do it too. I have to do it too. And if you are paying your membership right now, it's for till the end of this year and 2025.
The best way to support NGBG is to become a member.
Yeah.
And then you have access to all of the equipment that NGBG jointly owns.
Come here.
And you can come and work together with the association to do the community radio, to put on events and gigs, and start to find a new location on
for us. But now we're on tour, and I think it's quite fun.
It is.
It is. It really is. Before talking about your music, Hugo, I done some research during this week, and
this is a little bit frightening. I feel like I've been.
No worries. No worries. But it was a lot, and it was also a lot of interesting sidetracks that doesn't have to do with you. So I was lost from real life for not days, but well, almost. It took a long time anyway. And I really understand how much you have done. Hey. So I had to narrow my research and skip all the academic. Try to point the music, about the music. But I have seen you on a table in Tbilisi.
Yeah.
I have seen you playing the piano from inside. I have seen, this headbanging I already talked about. And it has been, what do you say, invigorating. Yeah. To see those side of you, Hugo, because I only know the small, it's not small, but I know a small part of the academic, Hugo. So it has been really fun. Yeah. Okay. Now I wonder, do you have any tour confessions to share with us? Because we are on tour now, and I really want to know, what can I expect?
We were very, very well behaved. So we were kind of into this quite conscious sort of post-hardcore scene where, we weren't straight edge, but we were conscious about what we were doing, and we weren't, we were trying not to exploit people and so on. So we were very, very well behaved and controlled. But I do remember, so we did quite a long tour with a band called Babes in Toyland. So this Babes in Toyland. So they were three women signed to Twin Tone and then to one of the Warner Brothers labels. But they were kind of this phenomenal punk band, I guess you'd call them. They were quite wild. And their drummer, Laurie, she was like, I don't know, like bands will probably know that every band has the organizer and the connector. So it's the person who just gets shit done, who knows who everyone is. And she was that band's connector. And so this is like 93. We did this long European tour, and after the show, we'd go back and like sometimes hang out at their hotel, and she wouldn't go to sleep, and in the US it would be kind of getting towards in Europe it was the middle of the night, in the US it would be getting towards the day, and she had this like extraordinary contact book, and she would just go through it and say, oh, who should we call, and so we were like, should we call Kurt Cobain's mum? that was one of the weirder ones. She did
And you
try and
did?
call, well, she called her. I don't think she was in,
Okay.
which is a shame, but it was, that was the kind of the most rock and roll.
Wendy.
Yeah. But no, she wasn't in, but it was at that kind of it was at that level.
Okay. Yeah, this table was anyway fun to see. I don't think that your tour confessions. Yeah. No. It was nothing. No. Give us some more, Hugo. Come on.
I don't think I have anything to confess.
Okay.
No crazy stories.
No.
Okay. No crazy
no
story.
TVs out of windows.
No.
Oh,
So the most rock and roll behavior we have seen here today is me throwing a pen.
Yeah.
that is it. Yeah. I think we can do better.
I think so too. Before we are talking about some more newer music, I just want to ask you a question about the academics. När spikade du din avhandling? You understand what I said?
Yeah.
Did you, Jackson? Okay. It's like yeah. Translate. What did I say? När spikade du din avhandling? This is svenska för invandrare.
Some Swedish for immigrants.
Yeah.
Saying I should talk Swedish better because
I'm not talking Swedish. I don't know. Okay, you speak too fast. You have a weird Skåne dialect.
Oh, actually, she has the opposite.
Okay, I'm sorry. Säg det på skånska, Jonathan. In skånska.
När spikade du din avhandling?
Ja, det är perfekt.
No. No.
Lundeskånska.
How do you say that in English? When did you?
Yeah, it doesn't really exist.
Do you
No.
speak any den här? I mean,
No.
in Stockholm they do.
So we should probably explain for
Please
people that
do.
don't understand the Swedish
Please
issue.
do.
So I completed my PhD in May.
Yep.
And defended
Congrats.
it. Thank you. And then in Sweden, there's a long tradition that you nail your dissertation, your thesis, to something. I mean, and the tradition is from like the
At the faculty.
17th century.
At the faculty,
Yeah,
I think.
I mean, I just nailed mine to a bit of wood in the lunchroom.
Super.
So it wasn't very. But
But you did nail it.
I did nail it.
You did nail it.
But the tradition goes back to 17th century, I think, and the idea is that you have to make your thesis public. It has to be available for people to read and to challenge, as this tradition of like sort of open academic dialogue. And so the tradition was that you would nail your thesis to the door of the university to announce its publication and to allow people to come and read it, and then a number of days later there's a public defense, and the tradition in Sweden is that anyone can come to that defense, and if they've read your thesis they can challenge you and ask you to defend your work. And when they schedule a defense in Sweden, it never has an end time, so they tell you when it begins but they never say when it ends.
Okay, so you can be there for.
So in theory, you have to be there until the last person has left and is satisfied that you've defended your work.
How was it?
It was actually really horrible.
I can imagine. I can imagine.
Yeah. No, it was quite a challenging defense. So the person I had, the discussant, had lots of difficult questions. So, but
you passed.
I passed.
You passed.
So,
Dr. Hugo, you passed.
Yeah.
Yeah, congrats. Really. Okay, back to the music, because you send me some newer clips.
Yeah.
But I also found some at the internet. and I would like to play one of them.
This is one of the ones that you found, or one of the
I
ones
found
sent
it
you?
before you sent me.
Oh.
You sent it to me too, but I found it before actually.
Okay.
Yeah, and I really liked it. So
Mhm.
it has, even if you haven't sent it, I would have played it
Okay.
now. Okay,
Mhm.
you want to listen? Put on your earphones. You that have any?
If you don't, tough luck.
I'm in Zen. How are you?
Yeah, it's quite strange to listen to it again. I haven't listened to it for a long time, but
It's from 2018.
uh,
No,
2020, probably, or
2023. 2023.
Is it okay?
No. I'm sorry. I'm confusing it, and I'm disturbing the music too. I'm sorry, everybody. But 2018, according to internet.
Yeah, I can't. It's probably that's probably when it was when I first presented it, and then I wrote an article about it that came out
Yeah.
in 2021 or
Yeah,
2022.
That was later. That was later. That's right. Yeah. Can you tell us how you did this kind of music? Because that is so funny, interesting, and it's so beautiful.
Yeah. So, I mean, the piece is called Music for Universities, which is a pun on a Brian Eno piece, which is called Music for Airports. And it's called Music for Universities because it was produced as part of my doctoral research. And I'm interested in listening and listening technologies or sound technologies. And I wanted to try and understand or work in a different way with iPods and the MP3 audio format. And I was interested in them because they are becoming these kind of obsolescent technologies. And so I was interested in this way of doing research, which is called media archaeology. So where artists take technologies which have become obsolescent and then find different ways of reappropriating them to create new work. So I wanted to try and use the iPod and the MP3 to create a new piece of music.
12 pieces.
So I went on Tradera and bought 12 old iPods.
Yeah.
And then the concept was that I created about 100 different tracks, but which were all sort of within the same key, and then each iPod was loaded with these tracks, and then the iPods were set to shuffle, and so it's the iPods which are selecting which piece of music to play next. So every time it's performed, it's different because it's the iPods which randomly select the different notes. So you never really know. It's always somewhat similar, but always different. And it's this kind of composition which is called generative composition. So Brian Eno did it with 3 different tape loops which were running at different lengths.
Okay.
So that they'd kind of always be slightly out of sync or different relation. And then the MP3 I was interested in because every time you encode a sound to MP3, it gets more and more degraded. So it takes away more data and you get more of these kind of aliasing distortion. So I kind of, each piece is, or each of the different notes is like copied hundreds and hundreds of times as an MP3. So you get all the distortions and the sort of timbre of the notes is dependent on how degraded they are as an MP3.
It is a little bit complicated to me, and it looks a little bit complicated when you did it, actually. There was a lot of devices on the table.
Yeah.
But it's beautiful. It's really beautiful. And it's amazing that you can get that kind of music from that kind of stuff. Yeah. Cool.
Yeah. So there's an article that I wrote about it, and it was included in my thesis as well.
Yeah. I read it. Yeah, I did. I told you, you put me to work this week. You really did. 21 pages.
What else do you have to do?
Exactly. Can we listen to another piece you also have sent me that I didn't find on internet?
No.
That it's called. Tell me.
Yeah, God. Now I've got to try and remember.
Yeah. Silk.
A silk curse from a sour ear.
Yeah, that title. Where does it come from?
So there's a saying in British English, a silk purse from a sow's ear. So like a silk purse from a pig's ear. So this idea that making something beautiful out of something which is horrible, and it's just a kind of a mishearing of that.
Cool, fun. Let's listen. Really concentrated. Yeah. Good. Hugo, tell us about this masterpiece.
Yeah, I mean, this is just stuff that I do for my own enjoyment. So this has nothing to do with my work. So a lot of my work and the kind of academic research that I do is to do with sound and making music, but often making music with other people. Or but this is just something that I've made for myself. So like as you said, it's not like I haven't released it anywhere, or it's not.
We are releasing it now.
Yeah, it's kind of this is the premiere.
Yeah.
And
I'm honored. Thank you.
but I've been teaching. One of the things I do is, or I was teaching on a sound design course, and for that I had to teach this software called Ableton Live. So I was learning how to use Ableton Live and starting to try and understand how a piece of software like that could be used. And so this is a piece using Ableton Live, which is this loop-based software, which is how a lot of people who are making electronic dance music, it's the sort of technology that they use. And I really like, there's a musician called Kieran Hebden who...
Kieran Hebden.
Yeah,
Mm.
and he's a Fortet is one of his artist names. And he works a lot with sampling acoustic or analog instruments, and then sampling those and manipulating those sounds and programming beats. And so this is kind of trying to work a little bit in the way that he works. So the melodic sounds are mainly guitars and, and a ukulele that I've
A ukulele. Okay.
I've sampled.
Did you hear the ukulele? You did.
There's some
Yeah, I was just gonna ask: are the drums like a teenage engineering like pocket calculator that, or are they sampled from Ableton?
No, they're some samples from I don't know exactly where, but just probably from one of the Ableton sets. But yeah, just trying to like think about how I might make something that would sound good in a club. That's the kind of the idea behind it. And yeah, but then the kind of one of the main elements is I don't know, like Fred, do you know on guitars you can use an ebow, these kind of, it's like a magnet that makes this sustained sound.
A magnet.
He's a bassist.
Yes, I'm a bassist. I know not of these things.
But Jackson, you know.
Have you ever used an ebow?
I have seen people use them.
What is it?
It like vibrates the string,
Yeah,
right? And then
some kind of magnet that you hold over the pickup, so you don't actually have to like strike the string of the guitar.
Okay.
It just like creates a resonance with the
Cool.
pickup, and so it makes this a bit like a feedback or like this continual tone. So it's like a sort of a drone, and so it's that sampled, and then with a noise gate. So the noise gate is something, if you put a trigger into it, it will just stop the sound, and so that you get this sort of stuttering effect.
Okay, you never used it?
a noise gate or an EBO? What are you asking
Yeah.
about? Yes. Noise gate. I've seen people use EBOs. I think it's like a very like, what's that Icelandic bag? Sigur Rós. And then maybe Radiohead uses them. They sell them on Toman for like maybe 200 kronas or something. So I thought about getting one, but
I suppose it's a bit like the idea that it's a bow. It's meant to be able to make your guitar sound like you're using a bow, like a violin or a cello.
So is okay. Now I understand. The knowledge of today. Thank you. Actually, thank you. The knowledge of today. I like that. Yeah. How are you guys?
I feel fantastic.
You look fantastic today, Jackson.
Again?
Yeah.
I just want to have one bad day where I just look like a complete ogre. But
What did you do during the pandemic years?
I lived with my partner in New York City, and it was just very miserable, and just tried to make music on a laptop, and I had a practice space that I would ride the subway to, and just stand there for hours. I remember being really like freaked out by the pandemic, and just like, I guess I'm like afraid of germs, so I was like, I didn't want to take the subway because there's always people not wearing masks, and it was just a miserable time.
Miserable time. But musically, did you create something? I mean, a lot of people, it when the circumstances are changing, you are finding new ways to create things. How was it for you?
I think I kind of had a crisis, because before that I was just like a street performer or a busker, and I couldn't do that during the pandemic, and so I realized I wanted to be like somebody who's recording and make music in a band. Of course, I couldn't find a band, but I really focused on being a songwriter and a music maker and just finishing something. And I put up like the first, finished album ever made on like Bandcamp or something in 2020. And I think that it really pushed me to like not just be this street performer, this sort of like musician on the struggling musician, but to be like, somebody who does it seriously and full time. So I think it was a good thing overall.
Okay. And you, Hugo, what did you do during the pandemic years? Because you create something.
Yeah, I started my PhD research in 2019. The ideas, or my proposal that I was accepted on, was to do participatory work. So to try and create work together with other people. So kind of like the thing that you, me and Ian...
Som jag fiskar efter. What I'm fishing for. Can you say that?
Yes. So, and I was doing some work with a group of musicians called Elefantöra, and they're an inclusive ensemble. So it includes people with disabilities and people that don't have disabilities, and people that have musical training and people that don't have musical training. Yes.
Like people. Yeah.
Just a sort of a mix of different people. And we were going to start to do some collaborative composition. So we were going to do some workshops where we decided what kind of music we would like to make together, how we could create a piece. So that they were funded by this organization called Share Music and Performing Arts. And Share Music commissioned me as a composer to create a new piece with this ensemble called Elefantöra that could become part of their repertoire. And it took a while to kind of agree how we should do it and when we should meet. And we had our first workshop booked in Gothenburg, and it must have been like the end of 2020. Yeah, it must have been like the autumn, about this time in 2020. And so, but the day before the workshop, Folkhälsomyndigheten, the public health authority, there was a rise in infections in COVID, and they closed everything down, and especially so I couldn't travel as part of my work. So the university said no travel as part of your work. Some of the people who we were working with were vulnerable in their health, so we couldn't be together in the same room. And so we had to try and find a way that we could work together collaboratively to create a new piece. And like lots of people in that time, we ended up using Zoom, which kind of
we all did.
Worked. But anyone who's tried to collaborate and make music on Zoom will know that there's this kind of there's problems with latency, and there's problems with the noise reduction. So Zoom is really optimized for voice. So if you're trying to play music, as soon as Zoom thinks that you've gone too quiet and there's nothing there, it just shuts everything down, or it will interpret some sounds
like something disturbing, or
and it will always, if it hears a voice, it will always try and clear out the other sound.
I see.
Make the voice clearer. So when you're trying to play music with people, then it gets really difficult.
But you did it.
Yeah.
In 2021 in Lund. Now I say it again. It has to be Lund from now. Lund. It's Lund. Okay. Can we agree on that, everybody? From now it's Lund. Yeah. I will never hear Lund again. It's Land. Okay. Thank you.
Land.
2028 in Lund.
2021 in Lund. Yeah,
21, I should
part-
say that said it.
Is it the Lund Contemporary Music Festival?
Yeah, that is what
Yeah.
I'm meaning.
Yeah.
Wasn't that the first time?
That was the first time.
That
it
was the first
performed.
time, yeah.
And so it was so while we were working together over Zoom, we tried to write a score that you could play together with other people when you couldn't really listen to them properly, but still try and create something that made sense. And also while we were working together, we made recordings. And so the final piece includes recordings that we made over Zoom. So those recordings have all the distortions and the interference that you get from a Zoom call and collaboration. So the final piece, which is called Listening with Elephant Ears.
Listening with Elephant Ears, yeah.
That includes this kind of tape material that we recorded, and then the musicians play the score that we created together with the tape content, and you get this mix of live performance and pre-recorded tape.
Cool. You like sound?
Yes. Yeah.
All sounds?
No. But I like what I like about working with sound is that it encourages people to like communicate in different ways. So I think that we're quite a visual and seeing, and is quite dominant in the way that we engage with the world. So quite a lot of what we do encourages us to think about what we see and to understand the world and how we perceive it through our eyes and vision. And what I like with working with sound is it encourages people to shift the way they think about the world and to try and understand it in a different way. And I think that sometimes can help open up different ways of communicating and a way of connecting with people that we might not connect with in other ways, or to connect differently with the people that we already know and work with. So that's what I like about it. It's just a different, it's not better, it's not like more interesting, it's just different, and it encourages
is what it
us
is.
to think differently.
Hugo, Thomas, Brooke, both be.
Now I feel like I'm getting married or something.
Well, you're not. Not here. In England, you have a king.
Yes, we do now, yeah.
And then there are the dukes.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then the marquises.
Yeah, I'm not very good on like.
But I am. So listen and learn,
Okay,
guys.
right.
This is the knowledge of today. Yeah. King, dukes, marquises. Do you say that?
Yeah,
Marquises.
Marquis, I think.
Marquess.
Yeah.
In plural. Marquises.
Marquis is no. Yeah, I don't know in plural.
Don't care. Earls.
Yeah.
Barons.
Yes.
And baronets.
Yeah.
And the fourth in baronet, I think he died 86 or something like that. Yeah, 1986. It was Sir Hugo Robert Brooke, both.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's a 15th now. It's not you, but is this a coincidence, or shall I sir you from now?
No. So I mean, the family that I'm from.
Yeah.
That there's some part of it that has this. In the UK, you call it a hereditary peerage. So it's a
but what is that peerage? Because I know the court, I understand, but what is peerage?
It's a title which belongs to your family and just means that it's handed down from father to son.
To son, okay.
As opposed to an honor which is bestowed on you for your, for what you've done. But so that it is part of the same family, but kind of distant. So
okay, so I don't have to sir you.
I won't inherit the peerage.
No.
Okay.
What a pity. Can we have some music, guys? Yeah. Thank you, Hugo. Thank you for this really interesting conversation, and thank you, guys. We will have some more live music.
Yeah. Thank you, Pia. It's quite strange. I'm not so used to talking about myself.
I know, because you have running up and down the street and interviewing people, and now it's your turn.
Yeah, so it's good. It's good to
Good experience.
be on the other side of it.
Sometimes. Okay, what song are you going to play, Jackson?
This song is called War.
Ooh,
It's about peace and love
an understanding. I love that.
Unconditional love. Woodstock, 69 and 94.
And
All that kind of stuff, yeah.
okay, go for it, guys. Nej, jag litar på er samtal. Men jag måste gå och kissa. Klarar ni det?
I saw worse something for the screen. Arcade, outdated, not been broken. Nothing else, German's versions did it the last. But no one ever told me the times they could tell last. I saw worse something dated and old. Riding pirates back over mountains of gold. Oh, in my arms where my veins used to be. It was love all along, it was World War III. The drop of what's to come. I become nothing, sense of purpose in this world full of scum. It started with the clash and it ended with the bang. As the prisoners of war lined up to be hanged. It ended with a laugh as we move up from the past. Save the nukes at each other till the peace strip us back. Our world is now wicked and sin. But the dreams that count, let us get down the pain. I'm starting to hear the trumpets of war. It was just about time I was growing boy. Here come the warplanes of Afghanistan. They will bring up the pieces of all that is Oh, in my arms where my veins used to be. It was from all along, it was World War III. The trouble must have come. I become numbed in a sense of purpose in this world full of scum. It started with a flash and it ended with a bang. As the prisoners of war lined up to be hanged. It ended with a laugh as we move up from the past. And the nukes at each other till the peace strip us back. Banging on the drum like an industry guitar. The bombs blew through the mist. Here we won't exist. War planes flying high and the flutter to the sky. I lost my lust for life, but this world gone awry.
Nice. Wow. As I told you, we are spoiled. Totally spoiled. Yeah. This is amazing.
It is. It sounds really good in this room. It's
I
nice.
hope it sounds as good out. Because it really does. Thank you, guys. Can we take that noise away? Yeah, thank you. Thank you, Nordic Cactus. Thank you for bringing the music to the show. Thank you for being the house band of the show. What are you doing next Friday?
Are we invited back?
You know, it's going to be a very special Friday next Friday. But we talk about that a little bit later because... Have you thought about my question to you too?
Did
you got time for that? Or did you forget
I
it?
completely forgot.
Yeah.
I remember you asked a question, but it's gone out of my
Thank
head.
you, Fred.
Does Fred remember then?
No, he tilted it. That's why I said thank you. So, yeah, I would like you to answer it, actually.
I'm trying to remember now. It was about which period would we want to go back to in time?
Where and when?
Do you want to go first, Fred?
I was going to ask the same thing.
All right.
But I can go first. Well, I think I already know. I will go to Woodstock.
Wow, that's cool.
I knew that the second you asked me, I was pretty sure.
Okay.
What year was Woodstock?
69. Yeah. So
wow, that's so
cool.
close. To me, it's very close in time. I know it's not. I'm very, 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 very old, so I know it's not.
To me, it's several.
But for me, I mean, I think more about the, what do you say, 1600-talet or something like that. Yeah.
Right.
And you, 69. Okay. Well, I was there. Not
That's
at Woodstock,
ages
but...
ago for me.
Yeah. you think so? I remember.
Oh, yeah.
You go.
Yeah, that's funny because I was thinking about the same kind of year, but where I would like to go back, I guess it might be a little bit earlier, like 68 or 67, and I'd like to go back to Cambridge, England, which is close to where I grew up, and because that's when Pink Floyd started.
And you weren't born.
I wasn't born. I was a few years before I was born, and I would be really interested to see the kind of that early psychedelic scene in Cambridge with Sid Barrett and who was it, like Nick Mason and the people, the early Pink Floyd, and because it was so close to where I grew up.
Yeah.
But by the time I was listening to Pink Floyd, they were this kind of stadium band, and it seemed very distant.
Wow. Yeah, I can understand that, really. I didn't prepare you for the quiz before you played. Can you manage anyway? I can't hear you. I can't hear you, Jackson. I can't hear you.
I can't hear you.
Nordic Cactus have got a good reputation when it comes to the quiz.
Yes,
they must.
Really. They are fast and they almost always win.
Curious.
They win every time.
Are you ready to take the points, Fred? So can you leave the microphone and the headphones for yes, please.
Let's turn.
It's a music quiz and it's a race.
Oh, I'm not allowed to be in the music quiz.
No, you're not allowed to be because you're gonna just kill them all. So you have to count the points.
Here is.
Yeah. And it's a race. So no, you are counting the paper. You don't need this one.
I'm not doing that. All right.
You don't need this one.
Paper, pen.
So it's a race. Skip isn't here. Who wants it? Who wants the bell?
What do you do with the bell?
Sound.
But
your absolutely favorite sound.
But when do you ring the bell then?
Well, 12 o'clock Sundays.
No. But when you know the answer.
Exactly. I'm sorry I didn't tell you. I'm sorry. Who wants the bell? It's free today. No one wants the bell.
It seems like a big responsibility.
Yeah, it is. Come on, Jackson.
What am I supposed to do with it? I just hold it and people ring it. So I
you
hold
do
it.
not. No, you do not. It's yours.
So
it's yours.
I have a competitive advantage over the other.
Exactly, exactly. I'm not sure that you are the one that should have it, but you got it
So if
now.
I know the answer, I have to ask Jackson to ring the bell. Is that correct?
No, you. No.
It seems.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, I know. He's quite annoying. I mean, we have done this a lot of times and he still doesn't understand how to do it. Yes, I know. Yeah. You want to talk to him? Of course. Yes, ma'am. Bye-bye.
Who are you going to hand the phone to?
Queen.
Who's
I'm
the
sorry,
Queen?
but it's your turn now.
Okay, I apologize. That's all I can.
But she wants to tell you how to do it. Okay. He doesn't want to talk to you. I'm sorry. Yes, I am, of course.
I'm a Republican.
Shh. It doesn't matter. She's. Yes, ma'am. Okay, bye-bye. No, it's a race, as she told me. It's a race. It's actually as it used to be. You have to make noise when you got the right answer, and this is a music quiz. And thank you, Jonte, because you know how to behave. I love you.
He looks scared, Pia.
I don't care. You got a bell. What do you got to make noise?
Oh, we each get our own noisemaker.
Okay, can I?
You like tambourine?
Yeah,
Back,
that's perfect.
behind you, you have a tambourine. In the box. Oh, it's closer. Thank you,
I
Lina.
can pretend I'm Liam Gallagher.
You don't have to pretend. You can be, just to be. Okay, you got the drumstick and you got the drumstick and very close to the cymbals too.
I hit him in the head.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I was thinking exactly the same.
But Kim, if Jonte makes noise, you have to pass him the microphone.
I can do that.
I know. That's why I'm telling you. Okay. Which Queen song has the lyrics, "Is this?"
What?
Jackson.
A Bohemian Rhapsody.
Ah, too easy. I know it. It was too easy. I know it. Which country, this is going to be very modern and popular. Which country is Gangnam Style? Okay, Jackson.
South Korea.
Yeah!
What's his name?
Psy. Psy.
No point for that. But it's
Psy?
right. It's
Psy?
right. It's right. But it wasn't a question.
Oh,
I'm just testing you.
So now we know what you were doing during the pandemic.
Yeah.
Listen to Gangnam Style. I
It's a
did
good song. It's a good
on
song.
on a bike at the gym.
Yeah. Yeah.
I did. Yeah, exactly. Okay. Which legendary musician starred in the movie Labyrinth? Oh, yes. Come on, Hugo.
David Bowie.
David Bowie. My house god. My house god. Next after you. Next to you. Yeah. Which pop star is baptized Stefani, Juan, Angelina, Germanotta? I'm sorry. Yes.
Lady Gaga.
Yeah!
I know it's so easy. This is not easy. I will really be surprised if you can stop looking at the answers on the backside. What are you doing? I saw it.
This is defamation. This is slander. I am not looking at any. How can I can't even read your handwriting.
Your record, Saab.
This is
I'm sorry.
slander. This is
I'm sorry, Jackson. Okay.
ruining our good name. Fake news. You're canceled. How can I see? There's no answers there. I don't even know what that.
No, it's not.
Okay.
It's quiz 14.
I'll
Okay. Are you ready? You got a bell?
Yeah.
And you ready?
I'll look over here so you know.
How? No. Sorry. Sorry. I didn't mean to offend you.
Too late.
How many members are in the K-pop group Twice? 5. They are 9 actually. Finally, something that you couldn't. Okay. If you have been really observant during this evening, you now can't tell me, but you can tell me where I thought it was. Where is Mary Tudor buried? Yes.
You thought it was in Bury St Edmunds,
Right. Points for Hugo.
but it's not.
It's not. Who was the first artist to use autotune?
Is it
Jackson.
Cher?
Of course. Yeah! Pleasure.
I
It's
believe-
Cher.
Yeah. 1998.
Super. Du är duktig. Du är duktig. Svenska för invandrare.
Tack.
You understand that?
You're good. You're lovely.
Yeah. You are.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Shannon. I know.
Okay. Just det. Before the band Queen was Queen, what was the name? They were 3 members. Then someone came and they changed the name to Queen. Yes!
King.
Good try, Kim.
Wow.
Good try. I admire you that you tried. But if I do like this,
Wait, do it again.
you go.
Smile.
Yeah. Oh, now we got everything. Everything. That was so good. That was. Hugo got a point. Don't care about that. Listen to the answers. It's my, I'm not so good at this yet. Okay. How do you feel? Like you're gonna win?
I hope so.
You hope so?
I think he already has.
No. There are a lot of questions. No, there's not. There's not. Okay. Who were the 3 founding members of the Wailers? Yes, Hugo.
All right. Bunny. Bob Marley. I'm going to say Robbie.
Williams.
No, as in Sly and Robbie was his last name.
Shall I tell you?
You're going to have to. That's my best guess.
But I don't think it's right.
No.
No. Get him a half point.
Sly
Fred.
Dunbar. No.
Half point.
Half point for
Half
Hugo.
point, yes.
And 1 point for the one who can pick the third member.
I know it is.
Yeah.
Peter Tosh.
Yes, of course.
And he said 1. He gets half and he gets a full.
Yeah, of course, because you must know Peter Tosh and I am the one who decide. So it's very easy. Just do as I tell you.
Harsh.
Yes, ma'am.
Exactly. Okay. Sorry. It's very bad light in here.
Except.
Thank you. What do you call a rhythm playing 3 notes in the space of 2? Yes, Kim.
In Swedish is triol. Trio.
I don't know. Actually, I really don't know. I would say triplet, but I mean, it's the same, I think.
Triplet in English is correct. Triol is, however, the exact same thing. So
I
You got a
it.
point, Kim. Thank you. The second knowledge of today for me.
That's all my knowledge.
No. How many wives did Henry VIII consume? Oh, you was first.
I'm going to. Is it 7?
No. I'm sorry.
Jackson has the right answer.
Okay.
6.
First, I have to give this for you.
Okay.
And then I will give you this. And Hugo, I will give you an extra question because of that. How many of those 6 wives did he kill? No, it's for Hugo. Stop.
I don't know. 5.
No, only 2 actually.
All right.
Yeah, only 2 actually.
Humble man.
Oh, good work, everybody! I'm so proud of you.
And
This will be really exciting.
you could also ask. There's an album by Rick Wakeman, who
Okay.
was the keyboardist with Yes, the prog rock band, and about like a concept album about the 6 wives of Henry VIII.
He did.
Yes.
Cool. Okay, you give me new work for next week. Thank you. Thank you. Guys, good work. Last song.
No more questions?
Last song. Can we have it?
Oh, yes.
Oh, yes, please. No more questions. It's over. I'm sorry. Sorry. Förlåt, Jackson. Förlåt. Förlåt.
Sorry.
Good. Okay, guys out there, we're going to have a last song from Nordic Cactus from this first pit stop at Radio NGBG's tour. And then we will have a result. And maybe a prize. Or not maybe. I teased them. I said it's going to be a wonderful prize today. Oh. How are you, Hugo?
Yeah, I'm good.
You good?
I've enjoyed tonight.
Good.
Thank you for inviting me.
Hi.
And
Hey, thank you for coming. I'm so happy that you're here.
I'm a little bit scared about the depth of your research. So
I won't out it here.
No.
In public. No worries. No worries. But this is how it feels. Think about that.
I will. And I'll be more sensitive to the people that I interview.
I think you are sensitive enough, actually, Hugo. I really do. Okay, guys, are you ready?
Yo.
So am I. Come on.
All right, the song is called Low Life.
I got nothing but joy for violations around. Above my bathroom sink is a little mirror of my own town. But we leave low life problems for the low lives. Cause they say they're gonna leave this town, but in their minds they just can't decide. Driving to Arizona and Texas to die. I can't wait to see my kid, cause hey, I'm a lowlife. I saw the side of the problems I can leave the pathetic lives. I'm a very bad city man to the suffering, I'm not obliged. what will become of the lives I have in the spring of my life. I don't know, I can't say, but we'll wash our hands of it, call it a night. Driving to Arizona in Texas to die. I can't wait to see my kids. Hey, I'm a roller. Feeling low, feeling low, feeling high. Feeling low, feeling low, feeling high. Oh,
Great. Thank you, guys. Wow. Like something tonight?
Yes.
But not forever. Thank you, Jonte. Thank you, Kim.
We're honored.
Thank you, Jonathan. We are honored. Fred,
Yes.
today I can't say square one. Malmö, Sweden, the earth, universe.
Still the Earth, as far as
Because we are not at square one, but I think that we got a result.
let's see. Let me get my phones ready here.
Yeah, and
Well,
the mic is on, so I think
mic
that we
is
should
on.
do this very, very, very proper now. You and me, Fred.
yes.
Yes, together in reverse order.
The jury has deliberated. And for third place, with one distinguished point, Kim. With the triplets. Very nice.
Trials,
Trials. That's right.
or trial, or what do you say?
Trial. Triplets in English. But
Triplets
trioler.
in Swedish. Okay. Next.
And on second place with 2.5 amazing points, we have Hugo.
Whoa! Super.
Very well.
Yeah.
For our final placement on the spot, we have the man, Jackson. Jackson has won.
He's
How do you feel?
He's unbeatable.
Never won anything in my life before. I don't know
And
how
you
to
don't
react.
have
What am I supposed to
earphones,
do?
so you don't know how I get crazy on this one. I will give you an applause here, please, so you can listen to them and enjoy. It's for you.
This is the sound I used to go to sleep at night. Just people clapping for me.
Okay,
Yeah.
perfect. I will try that too, actually. I think it's a good way.
Oh, Boost
Okay.
your self-esteem, yeah.
So, Jackson.
So for the listeners, Pia's rummaging around in her pocket.
For the very special
For the
prize.
very-
Searching for the very special prize. And I must say that, Hugo, you're also a guitarist.
I am.
Yes, you are. And you are. Congratulations.
Oh, wow.
Wow.
Wow. Okay, wow.
We always use
Do you-
picks, lots of picks.
What is this? You put it on top of your guitar. It's like a triangle, like
Actually, it's from, when you're playing dart. Yeah, it's from the end of the...
okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, I thought it was like a representation of like a Neo
It's a
Assyrian
pick.
god.
Don't be stupid.
Yes, you're supposed
I've never
to
seen
glue it
this.
to your guitar.
You've never seen this?
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
You only
Okay.
need 19 more parts and you can glue together your own dart.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Jonathan, please.
You only need 19 more parts to glue together. Then you have your own dart that you can throw at the dartboard.
And then you can invite us for a dart competition, maybe?
That's a lot of plastic. But
Okay, it's a lot of plastic. Congrats anyway. Can we have an acceptance speech? I'm used to that. I really like to have it.
I feel.
How do you feel?
I used to get made fun of a lot by my brother by reading random Wikipedia articles. But who's laughing now?
Wow. Okay. So, what do you think? The first pit stop went quite well.
Yeah, we should say thank you to Fred for
Yes.
hosting
We
us.
should really.
Oh, is that a secret?
We have to edit. Okay. We're pirate radio today. Yeah. We're drinking pirate juice and we are streaming pirate radio.
From an undisclosed location on the street.
What do you call it? What do you call this? With audience. No, it wasn't the word I searched for. But anyway. Yeah. Thank you, Hugo.
You're very welcome. Thank you for inviting me.
And thank you for all the support.
Let's have you back.
Yeah. I mean, should we say
we should talk about that actually. So I really want to know, what do you say about next Friday? Listen now, guys, because this is for you too.
Okay, so next Friday, we hope if the Nordic Cactus will join us and that we can say his name, Fred.
Yes, we can say his name.
And
Mr. X.
Perhaps Lina is as well.
Lina is absolutely as well next Friday.
We're going to be at Malmö University and we're going to be streaming from their TV studio. So that there's a course that do webcasting and the students there are going to do the webcasting and we're going to do the audio content. And so, we'll be there. So it's Orkanen, the building where the library is.
Yeah, it will be super, super cool. And again, I got a week in front of me where you put me into a lot of work. I can't. I have to do it really proper. Yeah.
So, but we'll be on air at 6 o'clock as usual, 6 through till 8.
I think that next week we will really hit 6 o'clock.
Hopefully, everything will be on time.
Yeah, I think so. But if we don't, you have to stay tuned and wait for us, and it's okay.
So that will be interesting.
Yeah,
and
it's gonna be super nice.
Look forward to that.
Me too. So am I, and I also look forward to see Skip back again. My intention was to. We can try to see if he has something to add before we wrap it up.
Is he joining us at the university?
Yes, he'll be coming.
He will.
Oh, lovely.
He will.
It's Friday.
That will be a Friday to remember.
Like every Friday.
Yeah.
Eller hur?
But we will remember it because I'm assuming we're not going to be drinking rum at the university. So that's probably where we're going to remember it more than...
I think we have to do it from a small bottle in the inner pocket at the toilet or something like that. We have to sneak around with the rum at the university.
I think on a Friday at 6 o'clock there won't be anyone else there.
So. Okay, so pirate use is okay.
Well, they are students after all, so...
Yeah, but it's the university.
Well, that's, university students. They do that.
That was,
What university did you go to?
That one that we're going to be at next week.
Not
so I should know.
But anyway, thank you, Fred.
And thank you, Pia Lindroth.
You're soon going to be the producer. You're a really good intern. Yeah.
You're a good boss.
Thank you, Lina, for the Instagram reporting. I'm trying to call Skip here, but I don't know. Hey! Hey!
What's up? Are you still online?
Yes, we're still online. Hey, but we are going to wrap it up, and I just want to know if there is something you want to add.
Well, I watched most of it. Actually,
You did?
Yeah, I saw quite a bit of it. I thought it was very good. I thought Hugo and even the intern were very good.
Yes, the
Altogether,
intern
very
was
good.
really good. You hear that, Fred?
I was really
The
good.
studio was good.
Yeah. You
you're a
see
bit
the new cow?
pixelated at
Have you
the
seen the
start.
new cow?
I did see the baby cow. Yeah.
It's
Can you
beautiful.
imagine? I asked Jan Inge Tuesday, and today he delivered it 3:30.
He's a legend.
I don't know what to say.
I'm about to go out and eat here in Zagreb. The conference is over.
Okay.
It went well.
So you're a free man now?
The next one will be in Berlin in February, and then after that, it's Paris in April. Where
Paris in
we will meet,
April. I will
Inga.
come.
Yeah?
Yeah.
I'm hoping Inga will too, because they want us to bring some bike stuff down.
Oh my God, to Paris.
So I don't know how to get it
you
there.
know what? Listen to this. Radio NGBG on tour, biking to Paris. What about that?
What could possibly go
Sounds
wrong?
good to me.
Good.
I do think we should cheat though. We can go in the back of your truck, couple of bikes in, cameras,
Yeah.
just film
It's
all
a
as we
deal.
go about. But we'll talk to Yinga about it. But no,
Yeah.
lots of places is good. We're good until next year. And Zagreb's cool. Bit cold at the moment. But,
Of course. How
Yeah,
cold?
lots of,
How cold?
I think it was, enough to make your nipple stand up a little bit, I don't actually check. Feels cold to me.
Okay.
But I'll be back tomorrow.
You'll be back tomorrow. I'm looking forward to
We'll be
that.
back tomorrow lunchtime or something.
Good.
Then we'll do the next thing.
Yeah. Okay. See you when you.
We'll look forward to seeing your stiff nipples.
Am I missing
I'll
something
have
here?
to put tape. I mean, I can do that on the radio because I haven't got the camera on. But obviously, I'd have to put a bit of gaffer tape on if we were going to go live.
I won't.
We will see.
We don't want
your
you
stiff
to
nipples
do
here
it.
again soon.
You and Hugo can do that stuff. I won't.
Yeah. Well, yeah.
Yeah.
We'll see.
We'll
Never
see.
say never. That's my
No, I know.
policy.
Never say never. Everything can happen, and it is what it is.
But the first episode of the new show, NGBG on Tour, went well. So
Thank you.
It's a new start, right?
Thank you.
Here we go.
Okay.
And I actually did listen to Jacob's Mouse, a couple of tracks, I think.
Yeah, that was cool. Did you see
It
the
was
clip?
much,
Did
it
you
was
see
much
the clip?
heavier than I thought it'd be.
Have you seen the clip from the opening of the Phoenix Festival '93?
I saw a video. Oh, yeah, that's the one where the bass player's just banging
The
his
headbanging.
head off for the
Yeah,
first.
exactly.
And
Exactly.
who? Were you the bass player, Hugo?
No.
were
He's the
guitarists.
guitarist.
So yeah, the bass player is my brother. And if you look at the side of the stage in that clip, then John Peel is sitting at the side of the
Yes,
stage.
that's right.
Oh, there's a radio legend for you to aspire to.
I know. But anyway, this has been a lovely streaming with all the guys around. But I miss you. Come home.
Well, it's good night from me and from you, Pia.
I miss you too, baby. Get back soon.
Okay. Ian, Skip.
Yeah, I was missing some experimental theatre to see this. It was very difficult
We'll have more of that.
to avoid the experimental theatre and listen to you on the radio. But I had the discipline to do it.
Wow.
No, it's I think it's Asian food and cocktails. The conference life, it's luxury.
Oh, cool. Enjoy then. And I also have to say hi from Lina, who also want me to tell you that she's missing you. We all are missing you. All the females in the room are missing you. The guys are quiet.
too.
There's not very many.
It's me, Lina, and Jackson.
Yes.
Yeah, see, it's that time of evening when your questions and general conversations.
I know. I know.
alleyways, Pia.
Let's finish this.
All right.
Okay. Hey, have a good evening and a nice life.
You too.
See you
Over
next
and
week.
out.
We assume you're not coming in.
Yeah,
See
bye.
you.
You will.
Okay,
All
bye.
right, thanks. Bye,
Thanks.
everybody. Bye.
That's amazing that we can. Thank you, Hugo. That's amazing that we can talk to him, isn't it? Wow, in the radio. Wow.
Magic.
I said thank to you, Hugo. I said thank to you, Fred. And I said thank to you, Lina. And I say thanks to Nordic Cactus. Hope to see you next week. What do you think?
Yes.
You can't miss that.
Yeah. Well, now that we heard how fancy and proper it's going to be,
you can't miss that.
we can't miss it. No.
Okay, guys out there, it's been a long streaming today, but really interesting, as I think. And see you next week, 6 o'clock around, NGBG time. And this crowd will be around. And a lot of other people will be around. It's going to be really exciting. Yeah, Yeah. So my name is Pia Lindroth, and this is Radio NGBG. Thanks for listening and watching. See you next week. Bye-bye.
Bye.